Let us see topic 2.7, that is potential energy of system of charges. Up to now we have seen potential energy of one charge, or otherwise we have seen potential energy of some charge in external electric field. But here we are going to see the potential energy of the system of charges itself without any external electric field, because when you collect some charges there will be some electric field due to that charges itself, and so there will be some potential energy as well, and that we need to calculate. Let us do that. First I'll carry a Cartesian coordinate system, and in this system I'm bringing a charge q1, this is charge q1, from infinite at a position vector r1. Let me write down that this is position vector r1 and this is our charge q1. So I have brought this charge q1 from infinite to this point where the position vector is r1. Now while bringing this charge I need not to do any work because there is no electric field. That's why the potential energy of this first charge will be just 0. Now I am choosing another point. Here is a point having position vector r2 and the name is, let us say, p. So at this point there will be some potential due to this charge q1. This charge q1 will be producing some potential here, and that potential we can write by the known equation V is equal to kq upon r, but I will write here as V1 is equal to kq1 upon r12, where r12 is the distance between charge q1 and this point P. Now because this point P is having some potential, if I bring some charge, let us say q2, at this point P, suppose I am bringing this charge q2 from infinite at this point P, then obviously I have to do some work, and that work will be equal to its potential energy, and that potential energy we can write as u2, and u2 will be equal to obviously q2 v1, and so we can write as k q1 q2 upon r12. So this is potential energy of this charge q2 what we are bringing from infinite. Now at the same time, if we think in an opposite manner, suppose initially I have brought this charge q2 where there was no other charge, and I have brought just charge q2. So this charge q2 will be producing a potential here at this point, and then if I bring this charge q1 in that potential, I have to do the work, and that work would be stored in form of potential energy, and that potential energy will again come equal to this, because in that case the potential energy can be written as q1 v2. Here we have written q2 v1, but in opposite case it will be q1 v2, but the equation will be again the same, k q1 q2 upon r12. So as a conclusion, the total potential energy of this system means the system of just two charges q1 and q2 will be, obviously it can be written as u1 plus u2, but u1 is 0, and that's why we can write u as k q1 q2 upon r12. This is the equation of potential energy of a system of two charges only. This is for two charges only. Here one thing we should note, for let us say if q1 q2 is greater than 0, then obviously U will be greater than 0. Potential energy will be greater than 0 of the system. But suppose if Q1, Q2 is less than 0, then the potential energy will be less than 0, that means it will be negative. This will happen, that Q1, Q2 is less than 0 will happen when one of the charge is positive and another is negative. If one of the charge is positive and another is negative, then the potential energy will come negative, because obviously they will have some attractive force between. Here both the charges are positive, that's why they are having repulsive force, and against that repulsive force we have brought them together up to a distance r12. So there is some potential energy stored, and that potential energy is positive. So again, if Q1 Q2 is greater than 0, see, Q1 Q2 can be greater than 0 when both the charges are positive or even both the charges are negative. So in that case they will have repulsion, and due to that potential energy will be positive. And if one of the charge is negative, then the potential energy will be negative. Now let us see, if we are having a system of charges having 3 charges, let us say, then what will happen? Up to now we have seen potential energy of a system having 2 charge. Now let us see 3 charges. Now here there are 3 charges. Let us say this is Q1, this is Q2, and here is Q3. And the distance between them is, let us say, R12 here, R23 here, and here is R13. So in such case, the total potential energy can be written as U is equal to U12 plus U13 plus U23. See, here we have to consider all the pairs possible. This is one pair, that is pair of charge Q1 and Q2. This is another pair between charge Q1 and Q3, and this is the third pair between Q2 and Q3. So these are the potential energy of these pairs. Now we know the potential energy equation for any of such pairs, and so I can write the equation like K, here is Q1 Q2 upon R12 plus K Q1 Q3 upon R13 and plus K Q2 Q3 upon R23. So this becomes the total potential energy of this system of 3 charges. We can simplify this equation by writing U is equal to K, and then here we can put Q1 Q2 upon R12 plus Q1 Q3 upon R13 and plus K Q2 Q3 upon R23. This is the potential energy of system of 3 charges. Now suppose if you are having more number of charges, then in that case we have to add potential energy in this manner only, but we have to consider each and every pair. Mind well, no pair should be repeated. Here one important point to be noticed, that now this equation is independent of the position vectors of these charges, means R1, R2, R3. It is not depending on R1, R2, R3. This is R12, which is distance between 2 charges. It is not the position vector. R13 is also distance between 2 charges. R23 is also distance between 2 charges. So this equation is independent of the position vector. Moreover, it has nothing to do with how this system was formed. Means you bring this charge Q3 from any path, path. You are bringing this charge q3. So we are putting the term kq2 q3 upon r23. But it doesn't matter how you brought it, on which path you brought it. That is not important here because this is a conservative field. Electric field is a conservative field. So this equation is independent of the path from which we are bringing the charge. So we can note down an important point here, that potential energy is characteristic of the present state of configuration and not the way the state was achieved. This potential energy is the characteristic of this present state. It is not depending on the way how this system was constructed. Now let us see example 2.4, which is based on this theory only. Example 2.4. Four charges are arranged at the corners of a square ABCD of side D as shown in the figure. Let us see the figure first. Here is the figure. These are the corners, let us say A, B, C and D, and here are the charges, like this is plus Q, this is minus Q, this is again plus Q, and this is again minus Q. And as it is said, the sides are having length D. Now let us see what is asked. First is, find the work required to put together this arrangement. Means if we put together these four charges, then obviously we have to do some work and we have to find out that work. Obviously this work will be equal to the total potential energy of this system of four charges. Then B, a charge Q0 is brought to the center E of the square. Let me show that also. Here is the center, let us say E, and somehow we are bringing a charge Q0 there. This is charge Q0. So again, a charge Q0 is brought to the center E of the square. The four charges being held fixed at its corner. How much extra work is needed to do this? Now, first these charges are there, four charges are there, so the system is having four charges. Now, you are bringing this charge Q0 from infinite, let us say. So obviously you have to do work, and that work will be equal to the potential energy of this charge Q0. So let us find out the answers one by one. First of all, in A we need to find out the total potential energy of the system of four charges. We will solve this with an easy method, even easier than the method which is given in textbook. Let us see. As I already said in the theory, we should just consider all the pairs possible and then we have to calculate their potential energy and we have to add them. Now you can see here, first of all, this is one pair of A and B, then pair of B and C, then pair of C and D, and then pair of D and A. So I can write the potential energy of them by UAB plus UBC plus UCD plus UDA, or UAD also you can write. Doesn't matter because potential energy is a scalar quantity. But still there are two other pairs possible. Pair of these two charges, that is A and C, and pair of these two charges, that is B and D. So I'll add the potential energy of this pair as well. So I'll write here plus UAC and plus UBD. So this way all the pairs, all the possible pairs are considered here and their potential energy are written in form of the symbols. Now we will write the potential energy in form of equations. Now you know that the potential energy in form of equation for two charges is written as kq1 q2 upon r12. Now for this four pairs the distance is same, that is d. So the equation of UAB will be k q square upon d, but here one charge is positive and another is negative, so we have to put minus. That means the potential energy UAB can be written as now minus k q square upon d. I repeat, the first charge is positive, another charge is negative, but both are q only. That's why here it will be minus q square upon d. Now for UBC, again the same equation will be there, because here also one charge is positive and one is negative. The distance is d only. So again this equation will be, means the equation of UBC will be also the same, minus k q square upon d. The same will happen for these two pair also. That's why the equation of UCD will be also minus k q square upon d, and for UDA also it will be the same, and that will be minus k q square upon d. So I can just multiply this with 4. Now the rest is the two pairs which are these two pairs. Now for these two pairs we have to consider this distance. First I will take the pair of AC charges. Here the distance will be under root 2d, because this is d, this is also d, so this distance will be root 2d. So I will put the equation and can write it like plus k q square upon root 2d. Here both the charges are positive in A and C, that's why it is positive. But if you take the another pair, this pair, that is B and D pair. So on B and D pair also the charges are negative, both are negative. That's why the answer will be again positive, and so the equation will be same, kq square upon root 2d. So I have to just multiply this equation with 2. So here it is. All the pairs are considered. Now you can think about it. You cannot find out any other pair which is not included here. Mind well, we need not to repeat any of the pair. Any pair should not be repeated. Like means, as I have said already, that this is UDA. At the place of UDA, you can write UAD also, because potential energy is scalar. So the potential energy between A and D or D and A will be the same. So any pair should not be repeated. If you think that way, then there is no else pair remaining. All the pairs are considered within these 4 charges. Don't forget, this Q0 charges is coming in case B, not in case A. Now we can solve this equation. Obviously, here this k q square upon d can be taken out common, and the remaining term will be minus 4 plus root 2. I hope you understand this. From this equation, minus 4 is taken common, and from this equation this is 2 by root 2, so I have written just root 2. So finally, I can write this equation of the potential energy as minus k, I am taking minus common outside, minus k q square upon d, and here I can write 4 minus root 2. This is our first answer, and that is the potential energy of the four charges. Now let us move forward towards the question B. Here the question is that if we bring any charge q0 at the center E of the square, then what is the work needed? If we bring this charge q0 from infinite to this point E, then what is the work needed? Let us see. First of all, see, due to these charges on A, B, C and D, there will be some potential. Let us say the potential is VE, it is at point E, so I can call it like VE. And when you bring this charge Q0 from infinite, the work will be equal to the potential energy of this charge Q0, that is Q0 into VE. Let me write that. If the potential at point E is VE, the work done in bringing the charge Q0 at point E will be equal to W is equal to the potential energy U, and the potential energy U is QVE. I should write here Q0 VE. But here is the game. But VE is going to be 0. Why it is so? Let me explain that. See, all of these charges are same in magnitude, as well as their distance to the center are same. That's why magnitude wise potential produced by all of these four charges will be same at the center. But these two charges are positive. At the same time, these two charges are negative. So obviously, these two positive charge will produce positive potential, and these two negative charge will produce negative potential of the same magnitude. So as a whole, the total sum of all the potential produced by these four charges at this center E will become 0. So I hope you convinced that VE will be 0. Now, if VE is 0, so very obvious, the work W will be also 0. So the work to bring this charge Q0 at this point E will be 0 here.